Hi everyone, Martin here. Welcome to the Inner Loop. Just wanted to update you on the Sensing Joy project. There's a little photo montage you can watch here of me building the device, and I'm also going to let you see a bit of a time lapse of me writing some code. So you can watch that and the first sort of images kind of coming out of the thing. I'm not going to say at this moment that this is a success. I think it's got a long way to go, and there's a lot of things I need to change. But it's detected. It has actually managed to detect, like, the light and dark in a room. So I pointed at the window, and it looked a bit lighter where the window was, and a bit darker elsewhere. I think the main thing about this project is what I've learnt, which is a number of things. Number one, I need to improve my wiring because it's very noisy. Number two, I need to add some kind of auto exposure. So as the scan goes on, it needs to work out what the exposure is and then compensate for that. I also need to, it's probably easier to write on a paper, but I also need to kind of de-average the readings. So as the thing scans around, it's obviously going to be seeing a spot and then moving across. So I must be able to, from the sort of very, very average data that's coming in, I must be able to actually calculate the a more kind of zoomed in view of the world. So because the sensor's collecting data over such a large area, but I know if it moves very slightly, I should be able to work out the difference between what it saw just now and what it saw then. Okay, so what I was thinking was, if that's the world, the sensor is basically looking at a chunk of the world like that, and then it moves to here, and then it moves again to here. So surely by knowing the colour of, so this is going to give me an average over this area, and then an average over this area, and then an average over this area. But I know that I can move quite slowly, so surely I can de-average this. I could actually see if there was a dot here, dark dot. I could potentially work out from this, although it's a big average, that when I passed by the dot it disappeared. So therefore I should be able to work out where, as I move around this dot, that there was a dot there, there was a dark bit. So I should be able to, despite this sensor being making a huge average, I should be able to de-average the data and pull the real image back out of it again if I scan enough. So I definitely want to investigate that. I think if I investigate that technique to try and remove the averaging effect of the sensor to actually give me some detail, fine detail, then I think I'll be happy with this project. I think the decision I've got to make is whether to carry on with this and add servo motors and turn it into a device that sits around and scans for an hour and creates a photo, or just take some learning from the experience and stop at this point. I think it's going to be all down to time. I mean, the most important thing I need to do is to put the Raspberry Pi in the box with this joystick and get rid of all the noise, and then carry on from there, I think, and see if that actually enables me to generate something, and also to carry on with the firmware. So if I carry on with the firmware and maybe try and make only 100 by 100 pixel picture and see if that works. If I can get 100 by 100 pixels with some kind of test screen, or maybe like a checkerboard or something, and see if I can actually see the checkerboard, then perhaps that's if I could just take a picture of a black and white squares, perhaps that's where this project will finish. I don't know. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little update. There may be a part 3 or there may not, depending on how I go with this and other pressures. So sensing joy. I really do hope I can get a photograph out of it, of someone's face or something. I think what I'll have to do actually is photograph my own face, print it out, and then try and scan that. I don't know. Maybe take a photograph outside. It definitely needs a very high contrast, and then I can actually. I think what I need is to actually be able to debug the thing. If I can debug it, then potentially I can try and improve it.